From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, April 30th, 2017. Silver is trading at $17.23 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,268 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.7 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $1,328. AndHowar.com reports nearly a month after it was initially presented as being en route, the USS Carl Vinson and its carrier strike group arrived finally off the coast of the Korean Peninsula, joining joint military operations with South Korea and once again raising the possibility that the United States might attack North Korea outright. The USS Carl Vinson took the long way round, leaving Singapore on April 8th and heading the opposite direction from Korea, ending up off the coast of Indonesia by April 18th. Officials have since then struggled to explain why the president and others claim the Armada was being rushed to North Korea. It's now arrived, however, just days after the White House briefing of the entire U.S. Senate and amid a new round of U.S. threats against North Korea. Senator Chris Coons of Delaware from the Armed Services Committee once again talked up the idea of the U.S. conducting a first strike attack on North Korea, saying it was a serious possibility. North Korea has threatened massive retaliation against any U.S. attack, and while the White House has mostly dismissed that risk, U.S. military officials have confirmed that North Korea is capable of massive retaliation in the event of a war, potentially leading to mass casualties and widespread damage in South Korea. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Bitcoin Not Bombs. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs offers premium publicity campaigns designed to facilitate an organization's adoption of Bitcoin as a payment system and to fully capitalize on that decision in their fundraising efforts. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. UPI reports President Donald Trump skipped Saturday's White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C., and instead spoke to supporters at a rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Trump told gatherers at the Pennsylvania Farm Show Auditorium on his 100th day of presidency, "I could not possibly be more thrilled than to be more than 100 miles away from Washington's swamp, spending my evening with all of you with a much, much larger crowd and much, much better people. The media deserve a very big, fat, failing grade." Trump, who frequently complains that reporters who cover him do so unfairly, is the first commander-in-chief in decades to miss the D.C. dinner, which honors excellence in journalism and celebrates freedom of speech. Ronald Reagan did not attend in 1981 because he was recovering from injury sustained in an assassination attempt. The gala is traditionally hosted by a comedian and includes a roast of the sitting president. Hassan Minhaj, star of The Daily Show, was this year's MC and did not hold back in mocking Trump and his administration. Minhaj said, "Only in America would a first-generation Muslim kid get on stage and make fun of the President of the United States. The orange man behind the Muslim ban, and it's a sign to the rest of the world. It's this amazing tradition that not even the president is beyond the reach of the First Amendment." But this president didn't show up because the man doesn't care about free speech. The man who tweets everything that enters his head refuses to acknowledge the amendment that allows him to do it. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports tornadoes killed 5 people east of Dallas in Texas on Saturday as heavy rains and damaging winds struck a broad swath of the U.S. heartland. At least 3 tornadoes were confirmed by the National Weather Service in nearby Canton, with about 50 people being treated for related injuries at area hospitals, according to news outlet reports citing hospital officials. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said the Texas Task Force 2 had been dispatched to the area to aid in relief efforts. Pictures and video posted online showed cars flipped over and 2-story houses in the area all but destroyed. Widespread damage was also reported in nearby towns. Meteorologist Kenneth James of the Weather Prediction Center, part of the National Weather Service, said downpours that began on Friday were so intense the ground was unable to absorb the rainfall, making flooding highly likely. The governors of Missouri and Oklahoma on Saturday declared states of emergency due to flooding. Another storm dumped snow in Colorado and Wyoming over the weekend. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.